Parents in a northern Mexican state are no longer legally allowed to name their kids Facebook, Hitler, Robocop, and a list of other bizarre names.
Let's talk about that. Buenos mythical dias.
Okay, I'll go with that. There was a news article floating around that you may have seen that I want us to weigh in on.
Of course.
A new law in the northern Mexican state of Sonora bans parents from registering names for their children defined by the authorities as derogatory, pejorative, discriminatory, or lacking in meaning. Now, the civil registry has distributed a list of 61 specific names that are illegal now.
It's illegal to name your child these 61 names.
And there's certain,
That's rough.
I would say at least half of them are notable enough for us to step through each one of them, because ultimately I think we can affect some sort of change. That's my hope. I've read the list and I'm saying some of these should not be illegal. And you're missing an opportunity here, Sonora, Mexico, for some fabulous names.
And you think they're going to listen to us?
Well, I think we should write a letter. But what I want to do is I want to take you through the list, and I want to formulate what we think should be the names that should be legal.
Okay. We're going to make the now illegal names legal.
Let's pare the 61 down.
Okay. I feel equipped to do this.
First of all, they generated most of the list based on people who actually named their kids this. So an example, in the town of Navajoa, a boy was recently named Juan Calzon. Translation, Juan Panties.
That's unfortunate. That is an unfortunate name.
So they outlawed naming your kid Panties.
How do you...
Raise your name if you want Panties.
Raise your name?
Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Raise your name too, whatever. Okay, here we go, going through the list. Panties.
That should be illegal. I gotta go with the people of Mexico, of Sonora. No person should be named Panties. I'm sorry, that should be illegal. I mean,
I agree with you on that one. Yeah, could you? Yeah, there's no need to even talk about it.
But what was the?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know what
you're
they were
looking
thinking.
at the laundry and you're like, I'm having a tough time with children's names. Panties.
Burger King. Now, one note here. That's two names in my book.
It's also a restaurant.
Yes, it is. It's a fast food chain, is it not? So I guess technically you could name your kid Burger or King, but you can't put the two together, even with a space. Burger King is illegal.
This should not be illegal. The slogan of Burger King is "Have it your way."
Yeah, so that makes it kind of ironic.
You can't have the child's name the way you want it, just like a burger from Burger King. In fact, I think that makes sense to me. Panties, no sense. Burger King, it's like, what are we gonna name our kid? Have it your Burger King. Let's name the child Burger King.
Yeah, the government...
Put that on the list of reversals.
The government should say, have it your way.
Yeah, have it your way with your child's name, Burger King.
They outlawed Rambo.
That's a huge mistake.
This one is awesome. I mean...
If Rambo was friends with Lando, it would be like, hey, look at Rambo and Lando playing together. That would rhyme. I mean, that really shouldn't be a good reason. I don't think the people of Sonora will be convinced by that. But why can't you name your kid Rambo?
Have you seen the movies?
It's a character from a movie. He's awesome. It's something to aspire to. He kills a lot of people.
He's pretty great. He wears a headband and not much else.
Rambo should be off of the list.
Facebook.
Yeah, you should.
And Twitter.
Oh, both of those?
Now, one thing to note, these were not actual names. They preemptively added these to the list.
They're like, somebody's going to name their kid Twitter if we don't watch out. Yeah, you shouldn't name your kids Facebook or Twitter. That would really screw up their social networking potential.
But it's interesting.
Look me up on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. You know,
I'm sure.
Weird.
I'm sure Twitter is probably taken. Actually,
you think there's an @Twitter?
Yeah,
it's probably the Twitter people.
Probably the company.
Yeah.
I find it interesting that they anticipate that people will want to name their kids those, though.
Twitter if Twitter wasn't a thing, it would be a good name. Twitter, come here. You know, any name that ends with an ER and Twitter.
James Bond, and I'll go ahead and say Harry Potter, are both outlawed. And again, those are James is okay, Bond is okay, James Bond not okay. Harry okay, Potter okay, Harry Potter not okay. I can see how it could cause trouble for a kid.
I agree with this one.
Harry Potter seems like that's so cool.
No. Think about There's the kid named Harry Potter. The kid named Rambo. That's cool. Kid named Harry Potter. That's too sacred.
A little too sacred.
Yeah.
Let's talk about cool. Okay, Robocop. They've said, I guess someone's named their kid Robocop.
That's a half human, half machine. I don't think that's, and it also implies law enforcement. You know, no, that should be illegal.
Because you mean the person would like
the kid
they would have
he'd be doing citizens arrests.
They would have authority that they really don't
He
have.
would also talk like this.
Christmas Day has been outlawed.
That should be illegal. You can't be named a holiday.
No, I think that's a good brainstorming place for names like holidays.
Halloween, Thanksgiving. That's idiotic. You should not name your child a holiday. President's Day.
Valentine.
Valentine, that could work because that was a name.
Yeah, it was
already.
What about a magazine? Rolling Stone. Not the Rolling Stones. This is the magazine.
Illegal. That should be illegal.
Probably would be. Can Rolling Stone sue a Mexican family for having a kid named after their?
No, they can sue an American family though.
You don't know. I think they're onto something here. Naming kids after magazines. But going into like anatomy is another question. Virgin. Can't name your kid Virgin.
No, because that probably won't last forever. It'll only apply for a while.
Cesarean.
Now that's like short for Caesar. I mean, long for Caesar. You could call a kid Caesar and short for cesarean.
It's also a way to cut a wound open and get a baby out.
Yeah, I think it's an acceptable name.
Just seems weird. And even weirder, circumcision.
This is on the list.
Oh, I mean, circumcision is such a uncomfortable word picture for me that I would never want to name my kid.
I don't want to think about circumcision every time I see a kid.
Yahoo.
No, it's a social networking thing again.
No, it's not. It's a search site.
It was a website.
Pocahontas.
That's a person's name.
Yeah,
you can name yourself a name.
It wasn't just a Disney movie.
Why couldn't you not name yourself Pocahontas?
Or Spinach.
I'm naming Spinach?
Yeah,
that's
they
good.
outlawed spinach.
No, that's like
spinach is good for you. As a name, no.
I think any fruit or vegetable is an acceptable name. Like the kid that's named Apple, the Paltrow kid, Apple.
Spinach is going too far. I agree with him on that. Rocky.
What do they have against Sylvester Stallone?
I don't know. I know people named Rocky, and they're nice.
How can naming someone Rocky be illegal?
I don't know. Now
that should be off of the list.
Questionable occupations like Mistress.
We can't do that.
Yeah, that's like wishing. That's just not. That's not.
And
good.
that has happened.
I assume that it has, as well as U.S. Navy.
That would be complicated for like international relations. The U.S. Navy, is enrolling at this school.
I think you would call him Asnavi though.
Asnavi.
Now these are obviously English translations of the Spanish word that means the same thing,
right?
Except for Asnavi. Terminator.
Mm-hmm.
They got these.
That's a borderline for me.
Got some Schwarzenegger in there. Hitler. Okay, we'll give you that one.
Yeah, don't name your kid Hitler.
Lady Di. Really? Email.
That makes email complicated.
I've thought about naming my kid
Send me
email.
an email.
Who would think of that?
Email@gmail.com.
Scrotum.
Whoa.
No comment. Hermione. So you got Harry Potter, Hermione. You go with the whole cast.
It's an actual name. Why can't you name somebody an actual name?
Private.
I like that one.
Right. Keep it to yourself then. This is the weirdest one. Sponsorship. How could you name a kid Sponsorship?
So later in his life, he changes it to Burger King. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're born as Sponsorship, and then at age 21, you change it to Burger King. Yeah, that should be totally acceptable.
Traffic.
I like the way that sounds as a name. Traffic. Come here, boy.
Martian.
Martian.
It's just not true. You can't name a kid Martian unless they are.
Yeah, but he might get on the mission to Mars.
Illuminated.
It should be illegal.
That sounds good. I like Illuminated.
We're not agreeing on a lot of these, by the way.
Finally, Batman.
Only Batman should be called Batman.
But what about Illuminated Batman?
But Robin, you should be able to call somebody Robin.
I've drafted the letter. Dear esteemed Governor of Sonora, Mexico, we have reviewed your list of band names, and we believe there are a number of them that should be taken off of the list. Below is a link to a YouTube video where we make a compelling case for which names should be excluded. Maybe we didn't
Except
do
for
that.
the ones that we disagreed on.
Thank you for taking the time to watch it and for changing the laws of your land because of it. Also, thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
Oh, that would be nice. Have the governor.
Be your mythical best, Governor. Signed, Rhett and Link. We are actually going to send this letter once we find out the address, but we will do it.
Thank you, Governor, for doing all those things that we asked you to do, including changing the laws. You know what time it is.
I'm Blake from Indiana. It's time to spin the wheel of mythicality.
It's Friday, and that means there's another episode of our podcast, Ear Biscuits. This week, very, very special guest, Toby Turner. Lots of you have been asking for Tobuscus to be on the show, and he is.
SoundCloud, iTunes, listen to it, people.
Break Bad. Hey, man.
Hey.
I got an idea for something very subversive that we should do together.
Really?
Yeah, we got such a reputation for being good boys.
Yeah?
What do you think about this? We stop brushing our teeth.
Oh, that sounds
Just let it rot inside there.
sounds bad.
Every day we just breathe out nastiness on everybody, including each other.
Sounds bad. We'd also save money on toothpaste.
Yeah, it doesn't work anyway. It's a government conspiracy. They put robots in there.
Pasty robots.
Been meaning to talk to you about this. This morning was Locke coming in the room and our kids get into bed in the morning often. Oh my goodness, we have lost a light.